What's up guys, Prince here with your epic YouTube videos and more. Today I'm at my house. Today I'm going to be doing a quick video of our new smoker slash barbecue that we've got at our house now. It's called a Kamado Joe and it looks really cool from the outside. It's got this really cool pattern around it on the lid and on the body. And it's got an ashtray as well for the ash, and it's got two side benches that unfold like this, and you can put stuff on them as well. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe down below as well, the big red button down below, and be sure to turn on all post notifications so you stay up to date with all my uploads. So let's get right into this video here. So right now, I'm just going to be putting the charcoal in. So firstly, this is how you prepare it. So as you can see, we've got a bit of charcoal in there right now. Firstly, I need to put some more in so the fire can actually be lit. Alright guys, we're just about to light the Kamado Joe with a lighter, and I forgot to tell you before, these gloves right here, the Kamado Joe comes with two of them for each hand, one of them for each hand, and these are actually fireproof, so if you put them on, and then when the fire's lit, you can actually stick your hand in to move around the charcoal and you won't get burnt at all. So that's a really cool fact right there. And so right now we're about to light it. All the charcoal is in there, all the fire lighters and everything. So I guess we should light it. Okay, so we've got that little block in there to start the charcoal burning. We're putting another one in. And this smoker has different types of grills for it. It has a heat deflector which is just like a solid piece of material that you put over the metal rings, and it also has a grill like a grill you would have on a barbecue. Alright, so we've got those two in there now. That one that we put in first is burning well. That's looking good. And there are all different sorts of these Kamado Joe smokers. There's bigger ones and smaller ones, and the bigger ones are usually more advanced. Alright guys, so we've got the charcoal burning. We'll be back once we've got the food ready and we're about to put it onto the Kamado Joe. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Alright guys, so I'm just in the kitchen here. The Kamado Joe is outside, it's heating up with the lid open for 10 minutes. And right here I've got the Ribeye Steak. And so we've put we've put oil on it, and we've got some Himalayan pink rock salt here that we've put on it as well. And we've also got the Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce. And so I might put a little bit more on here. just to add a bit of flavor. And so now I'm going to wrap up the bones in foil tightly so that the flame in the Kamado Joe smoker doesn't burn the bones. So you need to do it quite tightly. Make sure it won't slip off or anything like that. So I'm going to do this for each of the bones. Alright guys, we've wrapped all the bones up on the steak so that it doesn't get burnt by all the flame in the Kamado Joe, and we're all ready to go now and we're all set. So we're about to go out and put it on the Kamado Joe. I hope this goes well. Alright guys, so I'm standing right next to the Kamado Joe right now. It's still heating up. You can actually put your hand over it and the heat feels really nice, like it's a perfect temperature. We're still waiting for it to heat up a little bit more, and right now I'm just going to tell you about the different types of grills that the Kamado Joe comes with. So firstly, these grills are called heat deflectors. So you put them in the small ring inside the Kamado Joe around here, the small ring. And we're not going to put them on just yet because it's still heating up. So the Kamado Joe comes with 2 of these. You can either put one in at a time or you can put them both in at the same time. And then over here we've got another grill. This grill goes around the big ring in the Kamado Joe, the one on the top, the big ring. And so the reason why it's a bit dirty is because we used it to cook some food on it recently, and just because it's dirty it'll be fine because it'll all burn off in a matter of time. And it's also got this bit here where it unfolds, and I think it's for you can stick your hand through it to move around the charcoal while it's on the Kamado Joe, so you don't have to lift the whole thing off and then put your hand in like that. So, and if you're wondering what type the Kamado Joe is, this is the Kamado Joe Classic, and there's a bigger version of this which is called the Big Joe, and then there's another smaller one which I'm guessing is probably called the Small Joe, which would make sense. But this is the Kamado Joe Classic. It's still heating up right now and it's looking really good, and this is really exciting, so I'll see you when it's done. Alright guys, so the Kamado Joe is looking good. You can see the red embers glowing down the bottom there. It's been about 10 minutes for it to get heated up. And so right now I'm about to put the different types of grills on. So firstly I'm going to put the heat deflector on. I'm going to be putting this on the low side on the right, like that. And then I'm going to be putting the big grill on the top around here. Okay. Alright guys, so we've put all the grills and the heat deflector on the Kamado Joe, and it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm just going to close the lid right now just to bring the heat temperature up, and on here it'll tell you the temperature. It'll go up in a while. And so right now I'm going to, this part up here is called a daisy wheel, and then this part here is called a vent. So I'm going to open the daisy wheel fully. So all the holes are open for the smoke to get out, and I'm going to be opening the vent as well. So we're going to be leaving this for a while to bring the temperature up, and I'll be back when we're ready. Alright guys, so we've closed the lid and got the vents open on the Kamado Joe. We're going to be leaving it until the temperature gets up to 260 degrees Celsius. And so we're going to be leaving it there until it gets to that temperature. And as you can see inside, all the grills are in and it's all ready for the food to be going on it. So we'll be doing that in the next step. Alright guys, so the Kamado Joe has actually heated up really quickly. We left it for about 5 minutes or less and it's already on over 400 degrees over 200 degrees Celsius. So we better get cracking here. I'm going to put these tables up now because we're about to use it because we're going to put the food on them. And so the important thing is with these Kamado Joes is that if you want it to get up to a really high temperature, you should keep the ash straw fully open so that all the oxygen goes into it, goes up and comes out the top vent. And so if you want it to be low temperature, then you're better off closing it more. And yeah, so this is looking really good. It's actually really hot right now. Like if you put your hand over the top here, it's really hot. Like it's actually really hot right now. Look, it's already gone up that much already. So let's get cracking. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Oh yeah, before we go on, right now I'm going to be closing the cap here halfway only. So that, gee, this is actually pretty hot. So only up to halfway because otherwise it won't be enough. So I'm going to be just using the glove here just so it's easier and I don't burn myself. Alright, so that's about halfway there. So right now we're about to put the food on. And I'm going to be closing the daisy wheel as well. Around that much. As you can see, it's nearly fully closed. And so this is going to be really yummy, I hope. And so let's get the food on there now. Alright guys, so we've got the Kamado Joe here. We've left it for quite a while now. It's really hot. Like if you touch the side here, it's really hot. We've got it sitting at a solid 250 degrees Celsius to 260 degrees Celsius. And so now we're going to be putting the food on. Hopefully it'll turn out really delicious. And so let's put the food on now. So over here we've got the food. We've got corn in the bowl here, which we'll put on later. But right now we're going to be putting the steak on now. And so we've wrapped it all up we've wrapped all the bones up in tin foil so the bones don't get burnt by all the flames. So let's see this. There we go. We've got all the grills in now. It's really flaring hot in there. As you can see, it's really red. It's like a volcano. Oh, I hear that sizzle. That looks delicious. I can't wait to be eating this. Okay, so we've got all 3 pieces of steak on it now. And as you can see, we've got it on the left-hand side which is the opposite side of the heat deflector. And so now we're putting the corn on the right-hand side, which is where the heat deflector is. Because if we switched them around, the steak wouldn't get enough heat and the corn would get too much heat. That looks delicious and you can see all that flame in there. Right, so we're just closing the lid slowly now. And as you can see, we've got the ashtray drawer open about maybe 5 centimeters from closed. And we've got the vent completely shut now, but the daisy wheel is about a millimeter from being shut. Alright, so we've opened it up and up a bit now, and as you can see, all the smoke is coming out. The smoke's going up into the sky, and as you can see, the heat's gone down quite a bit, because it used to be on around 255 degrees Celsius. Now it's on about 190 degrees Celsius, because we had the lid open for like maybe 30-35 seconds, so that let quite a lot of the heat out. And from the ash drawer here, looking up, I think you might actually be able to see some of the orange light in there from all the flames. This just looks delicious, and I can't wait till we eat this. Alright guys, so I'm going to just cut the video a bit here, so that we can come back once the steak and the corn is ready to be eaten. Alright guys, so right now it's been about 90 seconds. Right now we're about to turn the steaks a bit. So, got all that steam coming out. We're flipping the steaks over, and you can see that pattern from the grill on the side of the steak that's been flipped up now. Looks delicious. The corn looks like it's going well too. It actually started sprinkling before, so if it starts raining harder a bit later and the barbecue's still going, I would like to show you what would happen if the rain hits the lid or actually goes inside the smoker. Like right now it's stopped raining, but later if it starts raining a bit heavier again, I'll show you what happens. Alright, so we'll leave it in there for another maybe 90 seconds, and then we'll be back after that time. Alright guys, so it's been about another 90 seconds and we're ready to move around the steak again. It's really smoky now. Look at that steak. Alright, we're flipping it over a bit. Got those grill marks on them. Whoa! That was a pretty big flame just came up. You can see all the flames underneath as well. The corn looks like it's going well with it as well. It hasn't started to rain at all yet, again. Alright. Looking good. Alright guys, so this side over here is the hot side, because that side over there has the heat deflector which stops the heat from coming up through that side. And then if you look through that side there, this side here, this is the hot side because this side has no heat deflector, which means the heat and all the air can just go straight up through there. So you would have the corn on this side because you don't want it to get, you don't cook it on the hot side like the steak, because you don't cook corn in hot places such as this left hand side. Right, so we're closing the lid right now, and we're going to leave it again. We'll come back a bit later, and we also still need to keep the daisy wheel and the vent open a bit. So I'll do that now. Put the fireproof gloves on. Open it around that much. And so we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Alright guys, so we're back with the Kamado Joe. Right now, I just want to talk to you a bit about burping the smoker. So what that means is basically you open the lid a tiny bit, because if you open the lid too quickly and all the way, you can get what's called a flame up, which is when all the flames go right up, and it can sometimes even burn your face if you have your face too close to it. So that's what you should do as well, just to stay safe. And it's looking really good right now. And also, when you burp it, you only lift the lid up a little bit. It's because you only need to let a little bit of smoke and air come out, and then you can open the lid fully. Alright, so we've moved all the steak and all the corn over to the side where the heat deflector is, so it won't be getting as much heat on that side anymore. Alright, so that food is looking really good. I reckon the Kamado Joe Classic is really good for smoking and doing chicken, beef, meat, all that sort of stuff. And so I'll see you when we're ready for the next step. Alright guys, so we're taking all the food out of the smoker now. It's looking really good. As you can see, we're just burping the smoker right now quickly. And we're going to be putting the food in this black tray over here. And we have to wrap the steak in the foil to let it rest for about 10 minutes. Looks delicious. I can't wait to eat this. Alright. Corn's still there. We'll leave the corn there for a little bit while the steak rests. That looks really delicious though. Wrapping it in foil to let it rest for 10 minutes. There we go. Make sure it doesn't come off. Alright, so I'll be back once the steak has finished resting for 10 minutes and once the corn's ready as well, and we'll be ready to eat. Alright guys, so I'm about to sample this steak here. I hope it's really delicious. We've put it in the tin foil and it's already had its rest for 10 minutes. So now I'm going to have a little bite of it and see what it's like. Alright, so we've got the 3 cuts of steak there. Alright, this is the moment of truth, guys. I really hope this is delicious, so let's see. That is really good steak. That just tastes delicious. It's cooked to the perfect amount. Okay, that steak is delicious. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button down below. And be sure to press that big red button down below, rectangular button that says subscribe to my channel. And also next to that, press the send notifications button so you stay up to date with all my uploads. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.